You have been told black holes are destroyers, cosmic vacuum cleaners that swallow everything and give nothing back. But here's what the latest science actually shows. They explode, they build galaxies, they break their own rules. And one of them just sent us a particle that shouldn't physically exist. This is what black holes have been hiding, and today we're uncovering some of it. Did we just witness a black hole explode? Space is usually quiet, but in 2023, something hit Earth that left scientists speechless. A single, tiny particle called a neutrino slammed into our detectors with an energy level that shouldn't even exist. We're talking about 100 PeV. To put that in perspective, that's 100,000 times more powerful than the most advanced particle accelerator we have on Earth. It's like comparing a toy car to a supersonic jet. Most of the time, we expect big things like supernovas to send these particles our way, but even they aren't strong enough for this one. So, where did this impossible ghost particle come from? Well, researchers from UMass Amherst and MIT think they have the answer, and it's honestly mind-blowing. They believe this particle wasn't born in a star, but came from the violent outburst of a primordial black hole. Now, don't imagine a giant monster eating galaxies. These are different. Think of a black hole the size of a single atom, but with the weight of an entire mountain range. These tiny titans were born just seconds after the Big Bang, and they've been wandering the universe ever since. But here's the twist. Black holes aren't forever. According to legendary Stephen Hawking, they slowly leak energy through something called Hawking radiation. As they leak, they get smaller, and as they get smaller, they get much, much hotter. In its very last second of life, the black hole reaches a breaking point and vanishes in a massive, blinding explosion. This cosmic pop sprays the universe with every kind of particle imaginable, including that record-breaking neutrino we caught. The researchers even suggest these tiny black holes carry something called a dark charge. This is a big deal because it could finally explain dark matter, that invisible stuff that makes up 85% of our universe. If they're right, dark matter isn't some mysterious gas, it's just trillions of these tiny, ancient black holes waiting to explode. If this is validated, it means we didn't just find a particle, we found the key to the entire universe and finally demonstrated that Hawking was all along. It's a total milestone for physics. I mean, think about it. A tiny pop from the beginning of time just gave us a map to the future. 10,000 solar-powered jets. Meet SS-433, a tiny but fierce microquasar right here in our Milky Way. Don't let its small size fool you. This black hole shoots out plasma jets with the power of 10,000 suns. Seriously, it's like a cosmic fire hose. By using a high-tech gamma-ray observatory in Mexico, scientists found that this mini monster is actually a near-perfect engine. It turns almost 100% of the matter it eats into pure energy. Since it's so close to us, it acts like a backyard laboratory, showing us how black holes pump massive energy back into the universe instead of just swallowing it. The forbidden monsters. Imagine the universe has a strict rule book for how stars are allowed to die. For decades, we believed that stars of a specific size simply weren't allowed to leave a black hole behind. We called these stars the real heavyweights. Normally, when they die, they're supposed to trigger a massive self-destruct button. They just blow themselves into total dust with no survivors. But here's the catch. Our gravitational wave detectors just caught these illegal monsters crashing into each other in the dark. So, how do they exist? Well, it turns out they're not born from single stars. They're built like cosmic Lego sets. Smaller black holes merge together to create these forbidden giants. This suggests that space is much more crowded and chaotic than our old textbooks ever imagined. The monster that built its own home. For a long time, we believed that galaxies and their central black holes were like best friends who grew up together. We thought they started small and got bigger at the same pace over billions of years. But wait, here's the twist. The James Webb Space Telescope just found a cosmic monster that breaks all the rules. This black hole didn't wait for its galaxy to grow up. Believe it or not, it was already a giant when its galaxy was still in diapers. You see, researchers used JWST to look back at the dawn of time. They found what they call overmassive black holes. These are black holes that are way too heavy for the galaxies they live in. It's like meeting a toddler who somehow has the weight of a professional sumo wrestler. In our modern universe, this ratio is usually balanced, but in the early days, these black holes were the clear bosses. They didn't grow with the stars, they grew faster. This discovery is a huge milestone because it suggests a new galactic seed theory. Instead of galaxies giving birth to black holes, it seems the black holes were actually the architects. They acted like a powerful cosmic magnet, pulling in gas and dust from the darkness to build a galaxy around themselves. Think about it. The massive structures we see today might only exist because these monsters decided to settle down and start a home billions of years ago. The reality? This changes everything we know about the dark ages of the universe. We still don't fully understand how they got so big so fast. Maybe they skipped the star phase entirely and collapsed directly from massive gas clouds. Well, whatever the case, the textbooks are going to need an update. We used to think black holes were the destructive villains, but it turns out they might be the very reason our galactic homes exist in the first place. Pretty wild, right? A cosmic countdown. Imagine a cosmic clock ticking down to a massive collision. In a galaxy called Markarian 501, scientists just found two supermassive black holes locked in a tight, deadly dance. In most cases, we only see one jet of energy from a galaxy center, but this place has two separate jets. This demonstrates that there are two separate engines at work. They're so close that the one in front actually bends the light of the one behind it, creating a glowing Einstein ring. They orbit each other every 121 days and are expected to merge in just about 100 years. In space terms, that's like a blink of an eye. For us, it's a rare chance to see a massive merger happen on a human timescale. The cosmic wake-up call. Think of a black hole as a quiet neighbor that suddenly throws a massive party. Usually these systems stay dark for years, but when they get hungry, they pull gas from a nearby star and create a glowing disk. For the first time, the TESS telescope caught the exact second one of these disks woke up and exploded with light. It's a rare event called an outburst. TESS was actually designed to find planets, but it proved to be a perfect early warning system. It noticed the glow even before our X-ray satellites did, proving that even planet-hunting tools can solve the deepest mysteries of black holes. The black hole family tree. For a long time, we thought all black hole mergers were pretty much the same, just two dark voids crashing into each other, right? Well, think again. Astronomers just analyzed over 150 of these cosmic collisions and realized they aren't all identical. Actually, it turns out black holes have three very different ways of socializing. It's almost like they have a family tree, and each group has its own unique backstory. The first group is what we call the soulmates. These black holes started their lives as twin stars, born from the same cloud of gas. Because they grew up together, they're very predictable. They usually have similar weights and spin at a relatively slow, steady pace. Since they've been tied together since birth, their final merger is just the inevitable end of a long shared life. But then you have the heavyweights. These aren't born from stars. Instead, they're second-generation monsters. Imagine a black hole that has already swallowed another one. It becomes much bigger, much hungrier, and starts spinning incredibly fast. These are the bullies of the cosmic neighborhood, growing larger by consuming their own kind. Finally, there are the strangers. These guys didn't grow up together at all. They just happened to be in the same crowded part of space, like a busy cosmic party. As they passed by each other, gravity grabbed hold, and they got stuck. Because they met by pure chance, their spins are totally chaotic and messy. They don't care about matching their partner. They just collide in a wild, unpredictable crash. Believe it or not, this discovery is like a cosmic DNA test.
By looking at how black holes merge, we can finally tell where they came from. Did they live in a quiet galaxy corner or a crowded star cluster? We're no longer just watching explosions, we're reading the history books of the universe. It's a huge milestone that proves our theories about how space evolves are actually on the right track. So, here's a question for you. If black holes built our galaxy, does that make them villains or heroes? Drop your answer in the comments below. Fresh Science is here to bring you the most exciting breakthroughs from the edge of discovery. If you want to stay ahead of the latest news in science, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community. You can find all the scientific sources used for this video in the description below. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. Stay curious and stay fresh.